The name Galapagos actually refers to tortoises, and today we're headed up into the highlands of San Cristobal to check out tortoises and a whole lot more. So today's starting out a little bit misty rainy, which seems to be the only type of rain we actually have here, is that misty rain. Either way, looking forward to getting out and seeing a little bit more of the island today. To see the highlands, we had to actually get out on the road, so we hooked up with a tour company called Islanders Galapagos, which I'll leave a link to in the descriptions below. The drive allowed us to see a little bit of the countryside as we went along. So we're here at Elk Creek Oso, San Cristobal. World's widest ceiba tree. Let's go check it out. Ceiba is a genus of tree native from Mexico and the Caribbean to northern Argentina and tropical West Africa. This ceiba tree stands about 130 feet tall and has a base with a 40-foot circumference. It's considered the tallest and largest tree in the Galapagos. It's a little wobbly, but we're almost there. It kind of reminds me of Swiss Family's tree house back in Walt Disney World. Well, you've got a little refrigerator.
You could put fish for the night.
You can actually.
Yeah. Well,
there's a little sink. There's an upstairs little bedroom thing. So, could you imagine staying here overnight in the tree? Very Swiss Family Robinson, very cool. A little cramped, but. So, from the rooftop, or actually treetop.
Feel to get the energy from the tree, Yeah, save up in tundra. That's the Latin name of this. Yeah, you can go there stairs down.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can go down.
Now into the base of the tree. I didn't even know we could do this.
You thinking have my camera out? Yeah. Look.
All right, I'm going down. Down into the darkness. Oh my gosh. Oh, here I am.
Is there a bar down here?
I don't think it's a bar, but there is an all-important toilet though. All right, back out of the hole and into the light. It's like giving birth from a tree. Very cool. As it turns out, you can actually rent the room in the treehouse, and they have a cool little restaurant and patio area as well. Even cooler, they use recycled materials like glass bottles in their construction. Our next stop was all about giant tortoises. So we're here at the Tortoise Reserve, and we're going to go check out the tortoises here native to San Cristobal. The Galapagos giant tortoises are endemic, meaning that they're not found anywhere else in the world. There are 11 different species of tortoises here in the Galapagos that evolved as a result of geographic isolation. 3 additional species have already become extinct. Giant tortoises are one of the oldest living vertebrates, living well over 100 years, some even clocking in closer to 200 years. The tortoises in San Cristobal once numbered over 100,000, but as of 2005, there were only about 2,800 left in a small area on the north side of the island. In order to ensure the survival of the giant tortoise here in San Cristobal, the Galapagos National Park Service built this breeding center. In July of 2002, a group of giant tortoises were brought to this breeding facility. The goal is to help increase the number of tortoises in the wild. Here at the breeding center, we get to see some of the tortoises that were born here. Here we have about 10-month-olds. Over here are 2-year-olds, and then on the far paddock there are about 7-year-olds. And eventually they make it back out into the main habitat where they kind of live a little bit more naturally while they're here. So this little guy is actually about 9 years old, and he's going to be released back into the wild to help boost that population. That's part of the breeding program here.
Throughout their habitat, you will find the poison apple or manzanilla tree. It's an important food source for the giant tortoise, but it is toxic to humans. Our next stop was El Junco, which is a crater lake within the collapsed caldera of a volcano.
So the weather's not going to cooperate with this too much, but we're going to climb up this volcano, and there's a freshwater lake, which is one of the only ones on the islands. So we're going to do it in the rain anyway, just because we're here. We're up here at the top. Oh, Misty! So this caldera is now a lake, which is kind of cool. It's hard to see, but right there is the edge of the lake. We can see it with our eyes probably a little better, and there's frigate birds up in the wing there. There's the frigate bird, you can see there. Well, it was rainy, but in a way it was kind of neat. Very cool atmosphere up here. So we're gonna head back down, and it's time for lunch. Way overdue lunch.
So at Rosita's having lunch. Nice soup to start off with, which was cool. And now we've got some fish, rice, plantains, nice juice, which I love. Another good meal.
There is more to come from San Cristobal and the rest of the Galapagos, so make sure you subscribe, click that bell notification, and let me know what you think in the comments. If you're thinking about going on a Galapagos expedition yourself, check out the descriptions below because I leave a lot of information about the cost and logistics of my trip. Until next time, keep exploring.